Guys, today we are going to be doing something so different, so beautiful, so connective. This is all about connecting your body. This week's podcast is about understanding yourself, understanding your connection, and understanding your body. And today you might need a journal. So if you need to put this on pause for a second, put it on pause, and then we'll come back to it later. I'm going to take you through a bit of a process, a bit of a meditation, a body connective meditation that anybody can do from any sort of, from people who are beginners to all the way to intermediate. You can do this either way. It's something that I have forgotten along the way that I've gone back to, and it helps process emotions very quickly. It helps you get into your body very quickly, and it helps shift things very quickly on a very physical level. So let's get into it today. If you are driving, I recommend listening to this when you get a bit of downtime in the evening. This is going to be a very relaxing podcast. This podcast is going to be here to do a meditation today, a beautiful meditation on connecting back with your body, your breath, your heart, and then we're going to do a bit of journaling, and I'm going to ask you a bit of questions to do afterwards for you to really sink into and to really see and feel what I do for my work. So let's get started. You're going to take a beautiful inhale through the nose, nice and deeply. And if you haven't never done that before or have never done anything like this before, I'll give you a quick tip and trick. The best way to do this is to make sure that when you're breathing through your nose, you're breathing from where your base is, so where your womb area is. You want to breathe in through there, through your rib cage, right up, and you want to try and relax your shoulders as you're doing it. So taking a nice inhale in through your nose, pulling that belly in, all the way up to the chest across, making sure your shoulders are down, all the way up to your head, and then out through your mouth. We are going to do 2 more just like this. So again, in through your nose, open your belly, in through your chest, in through your heart, all the way up to your head and out through your mouth. In through your nose, pulling in that bottom of your belly, in through your chest, all the way up through the head, and then out through your mouth. Now you're going to do a different practice as we get into this. That was a good clearing practice. We're now going to practice getting into the more feminine breathing. Most people breathe through their mouth 24 hours a day, and they don't breathe through their nose. And this is highly important when it comes to brain function and the oxygen going through and getting through all those little brain cells. Okay, so in through your nose, nice and deeply, just how we breathed. In through your nose, nice and deeply, through the belly, through your chest, through your head, and out through your nose. And in through your nose, nice and deeply, belly, chest, head. And when you're breathing out, try breathe out slowly, not fast, not quick, gently and slowly. And you're going to do that again. Inhale through your nose, nice and deeply, through your womb area, through your chest, all the way up into your head, and gently breathe out. You are going to follow this specific rhythm as we go through this meditation, remembering that breathing pattern, remembering your own breath. Follow your own rhythm now, but still remember to relax the shoulders, relax the jaw, relax your body. Big deep breathing, inhale and exhale. Just focus on your breath for a couple of minutes while you're sitting here in your body, or you're laying. Whatever feels best for you is the way to go about it. And very important, because you are the person who is running your body. So do what you feel is best, but try stick with the breath that I have given you. And as you're breathing, I want you to breathe in. As you're breathing in and up all the way to the top of your head, I want you to hear the word Om. So Om as you're breathing in and up. Om as you're breathing in and up, nice and deeply, like you're breathing it through your womb area all the way up and over your head, nice and deeply. practicing this and making sure that you're inhaling, taking that beautiful breath and hearing Om as you're doing it, and repeating to yourself as you gently listen to me. You're going to take your time and you're going to hear the word Om. And as you're breathing and hearing the word Om, you're going to feel inside your body. You're going to become very present with your body. For some people who haven't done this before, it might feel uncomfortable to be in this space. Try stick with it for a little bit. Feel into the internal parts of your body while you're breathing. Feeling into your feet and your ankles, your legs, your hips, over your torso, over your breasts, over your arms and your neck, over your mouth and your nose, all the way up to the top of your head. And focus on feeling your body as you're breathing. And as you hear the word Om, your body relaxes with every single breath. Your body starts to feel at home within itself. You start to recognize yourself. Some people feel really lost within themselves from day to day. They have work and family and children and husbands that pull them into the physical world and forget to tap into the body on a deeper level. And as you're feeling this, I want you to feel if there's any words, if there's any feelings that come through. Is there anything that is arising for you to just sit in for a moment as you're breathing? As uncomfortable as it is, try and sit in this. Try and feel yourself and feel your body, and feel or see what's coming up for you. Start feeling it being warm and welcoming. Feeling your body. As you're hearing the word Om, your body goes deeper and you start to trust yourself a little bit more. You start to trust the process, trusting the warmth, the red, the orange, everything coming forth in your body, allowing it to come up and in and around, feeling this beautiful juiciness that you've never felt before. Or you have, and you're reconnecting to this part of yourself that you haven't in a while. Gentle on yourself in this process. Sometimes it brings up things that you don't expect. Sometimes it brings up pain. Sometimes it brings up sadness. Sometimes it brings up rage, frustration, annoyance, pain. It's okay to feel all of these, and it's okay to want to not want to sit in this. But what's really important is taking the time to sit within, to connect within, to love within. Taking a moment to feel into your body and your breath, and sit in this for a second. Feel in and connected to your body. Taking those beautiful breaths. Trying to stay focused on your body and allow yourself to drop in, like a little version of you is dropping inside your womb and inside your body, and is really feeling you and really feeling what you need. And when you're ready, going a little bit deeper and asking this little self inside you how you're feeling, how your energy is. What are you not listening to? What needs to shift? What needs to change within? And as you take this time and moment, I'm just going to give you a couple of seconds of quiet to think and connect and feel inside yourself. Now that you have felt inside yourself, heard what you've had to say, this is really important. Hold on to those thoughts. Start to come back to the rhythm of your breath slowly. And allow yourself to feel your toes, wiggle your fingers. Take a nice inhale breath. And gently start to come back into the room from where you're sitting or laying. And take a moment to just be with yourself. Now that you've come out of this beautiful, beautiful meditation, I want you to take the journal in front of you, and I'm going to ask you specific questions, and I would really like for you to answer it. So, I want you to ask yourself, have I been taking radical responsibility in my life? And I'm talking radical responsibility. And I want you to write that down. I then want you to write down, have I been playing victimhood in any parts of my life? And then I want you to write down, have I acknowledged my body, my spiritual self, and my spiritual internal needs, my creativity, my sex, my pleasure, my play in the last month? If I haven't, what do I feel is missing? And I'm going to give you one more question, and I want you to sit with this one for a little bit longer. Have I been honest with my partner, my husband, myself, my family in the past year? Have I been honest? And when I mean honest, I mean taking full radical responsibility and using your voice and being honest about your thoughts, your feelings, how you're going, what you don't like, what's not happening, or does it turn into an argument instead of just talking? Be honest with yourself and write down anything you have not been honest with. Before you answer those questions, because what I'm going to do is I'm going to give you a bit of a background on it. I want you to take your time with these questions, and I want you to sit with yourself when you get a chance and do this meditation and then go into these questions. So go back to the start and go into the questions and really, really sit in them. Really sit in it and say, wow, where can I take more radical responsibility? Do I want to take radical responsibility for my life? If the answer is no, that's okay. You're taking responsibility for that, yeah? No, I don't want radical responsibility in my life. I avoid it a lot. I get scared of it. I can't take it. Blah, blah, blah. I do this and I do that. This is just going to help you get to know yourself better. Doesn't mean then after this you go and beat yourself up, because that's not what the process is. The process is about getting to know yourself better. How can you take radical responsibility more? How can you show up in your life more? How can you, be honest with yourself more? How can you have more creative, fun, sex, pleasure in your life more? How can I turn myself on more? Do I hate my job? Blah, blah, blah. These are the questions I ask myself personally daily these days. Am I taking radical responsibility for my life today? Yes or no? If no, where am I going wrong today? This is one thing that I wanted to drop in and do with you guys, because I recently went through a massive shift in my life where I wasn't taking radical responsibility, and there has been a few little victimhood, old self things pop up in the last 6 months, and I have been working through it with my mentor, and it's something that I needed to see before I could really step into the power myself. And I want to make it very clear, anybody who's in my sort of position, like a teacher, a healer, a coach, they still have stuff they're working on. So don't put like me on a pedestal or anyone on a pedestal. Please know that we still make mistakes, and we're human, and we need to, because then we can come and teach you what not to do after what we've done. So it's really important to take radical responsibility of our life and to not fall into the victimhood of what society tells us we should be. Oh, but my mum said that this and this. Okay, is that a pattern that needs to be broken? Is this a pattern that needs to be seen? Is this a pattern that needs to be shifted? These are the things that a lot of people don't ask themselves daily. And when you do ask these questions daily, you start to shift and change your own self, your mindset, your energy. This is a daily practice to do. This is a daily thing to write. Those questions are just some simple questions. You can ask yourself anything and you will answer yourself honestly. And if you don't answer yourself honestly, you will know. It's about deciphering where your ego is and where your intuition is. Your intuition is that gentle, soft voice. Your ego is loud. So you know after you've done this meditation, you'll be connected to your body and your intuition will come through straight away. So ask yourself any questions straight away. This is really important because people always forget the difference between both. The ego will yell at you, be very loud, will try to keep you safe, will stop you from trusting your intuition. Your ego is built by humans, okay? It's built by your parents, your teachers, your university, people you hang out with. That is where your ego is built. Your intuition is built from a higher self, your higher you. When people say your higher you, this self does not exist on this plane. This self exists somewhere else in a higher frequency and cannot completely connect to you all the time unless you go within, unless you connect within. I know a lot of people would probably freak out with me saying that. There is your spirit inside of you that you connect with when you're doing these meditations, and your spirit has full access to your soul plan that's out here on earth. And this is something that people don't really recognize or know that they need to connect back to. We are taught as a society to do the physical work in a very physical way. This work that I just explained to you, the meditation, is still a physical way because you're feeling into your body and not just your mind. And if you are sitting in your mind, always come back to that breath and it'll help you shift what you need to shift. I'm not going to go on too much more, but what I will say to finish this off is a little tiny bit of a story. Last couple of months I've been working through some things that came up, and my reaction to something, friendship was not correct, was not okay. And I did everything under the sun to feel like I was a victim in it. And that person played a role for me to see where I do my victimhood and my victim mentality and where I need to clean that up to be able to really, really harness my own power. They also learnt something too, because we have spoken about it. They've learnt parts that they needed to learn from me, and they needed to learn that journey. The most important thing that I will say to you about this: take radical responsibility where you need to. That person might not be on the same level as you, or you might not be on the same level as that person. Does not mean you do not take radical responsibility for the part that you played in that 2-part tango. And this is why I wanted to teach this meditation today. Taking radical responsibility in life is so important. And the reason why it took me a bit to get over the whole scenario was because the universe was trying to show me that I was still showing up as a victim in certain parts of my life. And I refuse to turn up like that anymore. And I hit rock bottom within this. I beat myself up so badly within, until I had a conversation with my mentor, and a couple of days later I had a conversation with one of my friends, and something he said to me clicked, and he said, Danielle, sometimes you have to sit within, journal about what's going on, and ask yourself real, actual questions, and then acknowledge what you've written, cry, and it shifts. And you know what? I've never felt anything move so fast in my life. So I feel this needs to be taught as well. So start off with that meditation, jump into it, then go on to the writing, and then see if you can feel the anger. And if there's any anger, you feeling sad, frustration, or anything like that, let it out. Go outside. scream into your pillow, beat the pillow, then cry, move through that. That is not what we're taught in society, and this is what's so important. So, I'm going to leave you with that for today, and I'll be back next week with another meditation, and I'm going to start doing some sort of meditation, some sort of conversation still. Everybody loved the Luca Reddy podcast last week, so I will be having more people on as well. So there's going to be some really amazing things to look forward to. So I might do like fortnightly meditations, and then a week of me talking or having somebody else on here. Guys, please contact me and let me know what else you guys want to talk about. I'm going to put a few little things up on Instagram on Thursday and Friday, and I would love to hear what you guys want to hear more from me. As you guys loved Luca's podcast last week, and I feel you guys want to know a lot more about that stuff, so let me know and I can organize it. I have quite a few other friends that are in all different pies and, businesses and loads of different things. So, yeah. Massive love, guys, and I'll talk to you next week.